I can accuse James Wan all day long, but and he can deny it. But what really truth comes down to is the dates. Who had the first date, and then you have to say, okay, if it's a brand new story, how many coincidences do we need before it becomes a little bit suspicious? So I have about 4 or 5 brand new things never done, and I use about 4 or 5 rare things that had at the time had hardly ever been done. And his are in the same location as in mine. An old woman. This 10-year-old boy makes fun of an old woman about the death of her baby, so she kidnaps the boy and puts him in a secret room at her bedroom in the woods at the river. And a person named Henry witnesses the attack. Same thing in the movie, but it's a lake. And it's a puppet baby, not a real baby. And then when they're dead, mine goes on to become a ghost. She chokes you when you're afraid, so she's trying to get you to become afraid. Every time she attacks, the lights supernaturally go down slowly. Whoa. Then in the movie, she cuts out your tongue when you scream, so she's trying to get you to scream. So when she attacks, all the sound goes down supernaturally. Whoa. Same thing. He just slightly altered it. It even ends. Oh, Henry goes on to warn the main character decades later about the old lady ghost. Mine's a old man ghost that runs a produce store, a house of life. His is an old man who's alive that runs a morgue, a house of death. So mine's a dead man that runs a house of life, and his is a man that's alive that runs a house of death. He just did the switcheroo. At the end, the ghost pretends to be a family member so the main character can get away in both stories. And you got the main character, 25-year-old Caucasian, light brown hair, light brown beady eyes, light brown thin feathery hair, who's accused of a crime the old lady ghost committed, and he's being chased by a detective in town. They end up at a stakeout together in the woods at the old lady's house, at the haunted house, at the river.